Tonight we're gonna do Dream Eaters. So we're gonna do both missions or both campaigns. I mean, so one team is gonna be Rex Murphy and Nathaniel Cho, and then the other team is gonna be Joe Diamond and Safina Rousseau. I'm gonna go over the Rex deck real quick. We haven't seen Rex yet. He's considered to be one of the best investigators because he has an ability that whenever you succeed by two or more while investigating, you discover a clue at your location. We are playing with Taboo, which means he does only get to do that once per turn, as opposed to every time. So it's a little bit less powerful, but he's still really good at getting a lot of clues very quickly. This is a pretty standard Rex build. Some people do some other things, but we have a burglary here. So the reason why we play burglary is if in case there's only one clue on the location, you can investigate with burglary, turn it into three resources, and the clue if you succeed by two or more. Whereas if there's two clues, you just do a regular investigate. So that's why people play burglary with Rex. St. Hubert's Key is a necklace that gives you intellect, so people play that for the obvious reason of getting more intellect to make better clues. And then the two water protections for encounter card deck control. We just went through a pretty rough series of events without encounter card control, so we're just trying to fix that a little bit. And then live and learn is just a way to pass tests that you would otherwise fail. Um, Rex has a restriction that you can't play fortune cards, so cards like Lucky and cards like Look What I Found out of the survivor pool. So that's why we're playing with live and learn, which is a way to fail and then turn it into a success potentially. So that's what we're going with. I'm pretty happy with it. There are cards I would play if we were not. So we're limiting us to Dream Eaters and before. So there's no return to car stuff in here, even though some of them had come out already. These are just the basic sets. When we finish our first full playthrough, then we're gonna open up the books a little bit more and play with everything unless people want to send in challenges and whatnot. And then one of the things I really enjoyed at the beginning of the last stream was we went through someone else's submitted deck or a deck they had posted in a Facebook group. If you ever want me to critique your deck or offer some advice, anything like that, feel free to submit. You could do so in that Facebook group in an Arkham Horror fan group on Facebook, like I said, or you can find me here in chat. You can send me a DM or post in chat here. Let me remember to change the scene because I've forgotten to do that too many times. Nice. All right, so now we're in game. We're going to click build because I believe... Oh, I didn't put my deck code in. I was so busy doing other stuff. All right. So that's in. We're going to hop into the book. So the alert keyword is old. We know that. That's when you try to evade a monster. If you fail, it attacks you. Myriad, I believe, is also old, but maybe it's this one. Myriad, basically, you can have a third copy of a card in your deck, and if you purchase a Myriad card with experience, you get two additional copies at no cost. So one of the most commonly played cards is called Easy Mark. It costs one experience. It's a rogue card, and then it has Myriad. So you would spend one experience to get three cards. So it's a very good way to upgrade multiple cards in your deck. And the Myriad cards will get better the more of them you have at one time in your hand. Story cards we've seen for a while. Basically, they have no back. The back is the story, and you do what it says, and then you flip it back over or follow the instructions on the card. Bonded, I believe Bonded's been out. Yeah, Bonded's been around. So basically, that's cards that start the game out of play, and then when you play the card, will come into play in some fashion, and the card will instruct you on how to do that. The newest one is going to be swarming. So swarming is a way that monsters will be grouped up in large amounts. Basically, there's a number, whether it's swarming 1, 2, or X, whatever it tells you. The lead investigator will put their cards in if it's no one's turn, and then if it's your turn, your cards become the swarm number. And then you have to basically kill the top card, the monster card, each time. So let's say a swarm had 1 health and it had 3 swarms, so there would be 3 cards underneath plus the 1. It would effectively have 4 health, and you'd have to kill it each time. Each member of the swarm does combat, but they can all be evaded as one big host. So it makes evasion a little bit better, and it makes cards that either deal damage to multiple enemies at once or cards that deal excessive amounts of damage, like large numbers, better. And then, yeah.
And machete worse.
Yeah, it does make Machete worse. This is one of the few times, or one of the few ways that it really makes Machete a little bit more difficult to use. There is a couple of cards that will not let you carry over damage, but typically any excess damage goes from the last swarm in the list to the next one up. So let's say it has 1 health and you deal 2 damage, you would kill 2 copies of the swarm, something like that. The host and all of its swarm cards move, engage, and exhaust as a single entity, like I was saying about them being evaded and whatnot. There's a couple of new weaknesses. Narcolepsy and kleptomania are some of our favorites, and by favorites I mean, well, yeah,
I
they exist.
like.
Hidden we've dealt with before. Hidden stuff gets stuck into your hand. I believe for the first time now we're going to have hidden enemies that could potentially come from the encounter deck, and they're going to end up in your hand, and we're going to have to deal with that. They do count towards your hand size, but they cannot be discarded by any means. Ooh, maybe we might have messed up this.
Which
Maybe
part?
we're supposed to keep cards in our hand. It says here, hidden card counts to your hand size, but it cannot be discarded by any means except those described on the card. So when we've discarded cards to locations, that might not have been correct. I'll have to double check that for
But,
the future.
I think those were weaknesses and not these.
100% we've discarded hidden cards
Okay.
like while we were playing in this thing. I think it was in the last one with the haunted. We had a
Okay.
haunted location where we discarded encounter cards. I am 99.99999% sure that's accurate, but no big
I
deal.
know I discarded. I didn't know I discarded my personal weakness to it, but
Yeah,
fair enough.
I might have done it then. I know that one of us did. It's fine. I'll double check it if it comes up again. We are going to play as an 8-part campaign, as I said. We're going to have Rex and Nathaniel Cho, and then Joe Diamond and Safina Russo. We will have separate cast bags. Luckily, this will be taken care of relatively easily, but we're going to also track it on the side. That way we don't make any mistakes. We're going to begin on scenario 1A, which is Beyond the Gates of Sleep. And then after this scenario, we'll follow the things. So that's fine. This is just a way to play with 2 separate groups, but we're not going to be doing that. Alright, so in the Beyond the Gates of Sleep, we get to take a dream and get some bonuses. We can either search our deck for a card from our class to play it, and then if you have some traits, you can do some special things. So I forget what my traits are. I'm a reporter. Yeah. I don't believe reporter has one. Do you? What are you? You're a criminal warden? Okay. There is a criminal one. You can get a criminal or illicit card instead, but I think you're going to probably go grab that guardian. Um,
Pretty sure too.
yeah. You are none of these things. You are none of these things. Yeah, and so the other options are these neutral
Neutrals.
dreams. But seeing as I'm playing a seeker, ooh, actually, do I want to grab that? So I grab Shrewd Analysis. I pretty much always take this because it's a free choice. You can just take it and you don't ever have to use it, and it can only be purchased at deck construction, so there's no penalty to having it. I'm going to search for a Seeker card and go play it. My initial
Same.
comment was you're going to get a Guardian card. But I was going to get Dr. Milan, but part of me says I should get the Dream Diary instead.
I agree with you on that.
But I think this mission is actually long enough that I'm going to be able to get the Dream Diary, so I am going to take Dr. Milan. And I'm going to spend 4 resources because you have to pay the cost.
All right. Well, my weakness is valid.
Oh, yeah, I didn't check that either. Let's go take a peek. Mine is not, and it is amusing.
Oh.
It is only not because it's from a return to. I would have more experience to start this mission. There would be an offer that I would not be allowed to refuse.
Oh, I love those in Seekers. Oh, so much.
It's fine in Seekers. You don't have to draw cards to play Seeker.
Most of the Seekers I play draw cards.
Well, I think you play them to draw cards as a different comment. I can't tell what set that is. I think that's Edge of the Earth. So or Innsmouth. Let's
That's
take
Armandry?
another. Yes, that's a return to. Oh well, that's amazing.
Edge of the Earth is Armandry, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have to change my mind now because I cannot get Dr. Milan because I don't have enough money to play him.
Okay.
And I will go get that Dream Diary. Or will I actually? So let me. When it would enter, this is the one where you have to click for it every time, right?
Currently, yes, you have to click for it.
Yeah, no, I don't want to spend all the actions doing that. All right. I think instead I'm just gonna take my money back then.
Okay.
I'm gonna use the
It's
neutral dream to get 2 money back and hope to just mulligan for Dr. Chris, Dr. Milan
okay.
rather. So let me go through that real quick. So over here at the end of the neutral dreams, you can have 2 additional resources. So the weakness that I ended up redrawing into, the first one that was legal, is called Indebted. It is a permanent card, and it says I start the game with 2 fewer resources, so I'll only have 3 instead of the typical 5 in normal games. Okay, but here I'm getting 5 because of the dream. Going forward, you took your boxing gloves, right?
Yep.
Yep, seems about right for Cho. Gather all the things, put the steps in. We each begin at the 70 steps. Set these cards aside. The scenario does not begin with an encounter deck, so it's a little bit different. Basically, we're going to put double doom on until we get to a point where the encounter deck exists. So the faster we get out of here, the better. And it says here, additionally, do not draw cards from the encounter deck during the Mythos phase, and at some point we will be told that we will. Oh, we didn't place yet. Silly me. Okay, well that should solve everything. So there's 19 Doom on this agenda, which I think is the highest on any of them. But because of the double Doom, it does go away pretty quick. And then we will not be drawing from the encounter deck during the Mythos phase, and we advance when we enter the Caverns of Flame. The Caverns of Flame is adjacent, but we can't enter here until all of the clues at the steps are discovered, which is where you begin. When you leave here, you'll take horror for every card in your hand in excess of 5, and you can use a fast action to discard down to prevent some of that damage. Let's start doing some mulligans. Okay, well, we got a lot of good things. This card is not so hot early, and this card's going to be better later, so we don't want to waste it now. We are probably going to be able to play all 3 of these cards early, so let's keep them. We definitely want to have this, so this is good. Second copy, not the best, but maybe there won't be an encounter deck. We might just end up discarding that. We'll see. Alright, I am excited to go. Oh, interesting.
Huh.
You just mulliganed a good card. That's okay.
Well, it's not good right now.
I think there's a clue on here. I don't know. It's okay.
Sure.
Alright, so I'll go first, or do you have something you'd like to do?
Go for it.
Alright, well, as every seeker likes to begin the game, I'll play Dr. Milan. I have not reduced this, so that is correct. You clicked the bag, right? It's accurate?
It
Just in case, I'll double
is.
check and re-click. Yeah, it was not right. Okay, good.
Oh, well then. Da-da-da.
What are you doing now?
I'm just double checking up here. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the old bag had skulls in it, and the skulls come as we advance, remember? So anyway, I'm going to test +4. I will succeed, so I'll react with Dr. Milan and get a clue, and then I'll react with Rex Murphy. Because I succeeded by 3, I'm able to get a second clue from the location. I don't want to move in just yet, so I played Dr. Milan, I investigated, and I'm going to play my Dream Diary with my other action.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Alrighty. I will gain 3 money.
I'm assuming we're shortcutting. Yeah.
I am getting.
Yep.
And then, as I do meet these requirements,
You
I
mean you
am
won't take any
willing.
punishment? Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll enter the Cavern of Flame, so as part of that, we advance the act. Each investigator loses all of their clues, so that means me. Put the set aside enemies into play, and add a skull, please.
Okay.
And that'll be for the remainder of the campaign. So if you could notate that we've added a skull to the bag. I believe there's a second. Oh, there it is. Perfect. Thank you for doing that.
No
So
problem.
let's look at these enemies. So they are both aloof, so that's good. We're not going to get punished pretty hard. You can parlay them. One uses willpower or intellect, the other uses agility or combat. And the tests are looked to be based on the investigators, so they both are tests of 4. And if you succeed, then you flip it over and do the backside. If you fail, you get attacked. And you can also use damage to kill them and flip them over and resolve their text that way instead.
Okay.
Alright, so that was all 3 of yours, I believe, right?
Correct.
So from there we go to the upkeep. Put a Doom, but we don't. Oh, we do. We put 2 Doom on.
Yep. I
So
take
we are
a
at a steps location, and then
damage.
this is now the end of the Mythos phase. So you're correct. You'll take 1 damage for being in there.
Yep. Okay.
All right. And then we don't draw encounter cards. So did you like? Would you like to go, or would you like me to come in?
Um, let's see. My willpower is 3. I could possibly do both of these tests.
Sure. Well, I mean, obviously, I think you're much better suited to testing this one.
Right. It's more of if I go
Um,
first because we can't
hmm
advance.
Correct. I think it's potentially also better for you to take a damage if you get stuck here. So if I move in, then I'll be stuck because I won't be able to follow out. Whereas if you test one and then fail the other, I don't know.
Mm, yeah. Again, I have plenty of health to give, so I'm willing to test both.
That's
So I'll
that's
go
kind of what I'm
first.
saying. Yeah, I think you should go first.
All right, so we're gonna start off with parlaying Nash.
Sure, you're +2.
I am plus, yes, +2. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And we will be +2. It is.
Sure. Nope. So
That is a
you get
failure.
attacked and you take a horror.
Okay. I will do it again.
Okay. That is a pass.
That is a yes.
So we flip it on over. We parlayed and we get some lore and add it to the display. So we're just gonna do that.
Okay, so that is a test of 4.
Correct. You're -1 base.
So let's go ahead. I don't need him anymore.
So you're +1,
+2.
+2.
And let's pull.
So we'll go over
Oh,
here. Skulls do exist now. Oh, we forgot to clone this. How silly us.
yeah.
I'll grab it real quick. Oh, you got it. Okay. Skulls is the number of cards in your hand divided by 2, so 1, so you succeed. So
All
we'll
right.
flip him on over. Ooh, silly me. Did we fix this? Yes, and this bag is now correct again. Yes. I accidentally flipped over the scenario card. This will also give us some lore and add to the display.
Okay.
So that's your turn. So you're done.
And we must advance.
Is it? Yes, they are not in play, so we must advance. Each investigator loses all of their clues. We don't have any. Put the other steps into play. And I believe that they are good enough to have done this in order. So the 700 steps, the base of the steps, and the enchanted path. Add another skull.
Done.
700 steps, base of the steps, enchanted path. Okay.
All right.
All
I
right.
am
Well,
done.
I will move once. I will move twice, and I will end up here. We need to get to the enchanted path to advance.
Okay.
When you leave this location, you must take cards. Take horror for each card in your hand in excess of 3. So we intend to not have that be a thing. I'm currently +3 to this location. I will commit Dream Diary to be +4. And I will commit Perception to be +6 to ensure I get both clues. Instead, I'll get none. Cool. Alright, so from there we go to the upkeep, because that was my final. So move, investigate. Upkeep. Go ahead.
Nope, we're good. I'm
Yep.
early.
Yeah, it's okay. Put 2 Doom on the agenda, and yes, now you'll take your damage.
Okay.
So now I think it's my turn to go first, as I have to get these clues before you can get down there. Does
Correct.
that sound good? All right.
Yep.
I'm going to first use an action to go get Essence of the Dream into my hand.
Yep.
And then I'm going to commit Perception and Essence of the Dream to the test. So that gives me +4, so I'm 9 to 2, so we're doing pretty good. All right, this time we'll succeed. So we're going to mark that we've interpreted the dream. That's from the book. We've succeeded by 3 or more. We're going to get a money from Dr. Milan, and we're going to get both clues because we're Rex Murphy and we succeeded by a lot.
Okay.
And then we also pass the test, so we draw a card from Perception. That card is also great. When it would enter your discard pile, set it aside out of play. So it gets set aside out of play. It's slightly different, I think, than the other one. Or maybe not. Either way.
No, they all go there.
And this is a reaction, but it's not an exhaust, so that's fine. Alright, and then with my third and final action, I will move to the next location. So
Okay.
I investigated, and then I moved down. This one says after you enter here, If you have at least one card in your hand, test your brain or your willpower. Uh, the test is equal to X, where X is your number of cards in your hand, and then if you fail, for each card in your hand, you must either take one horror or discard that card. I'm going to commit Live and Learn to the test, so I am going to be testing 2, and I get +1 to it, so I'm +2 to that test. That is a -2, so I succeed the test. I don't have to take any additional horror.
Okay.
Alright.
All right. I will move as action 1.
Sure.
Action 2. We'll play this. Goes into my hand.
Yep.
Which is unfortunate, but
What's some? Oh, because you have to have a card in your hand. I mean, you still only have 3, right?
yeah. But I'm going into here, so
Now
now
you can commit it to the
I've
test. It's perfect.
yeah.
It has an icon. Up to you.
No, I gotcha. When I do damage, I'm just
Greed
reading.
can take the horror as well. One of them.
Oh, that's
Remember,
yeah.
the penalty is horror.
Okay, and I have a base of 6. How do I have? Yeah,
Uh,
I'll just test.
okay. So you're going to be
I'm
testing even.
yep.
And you
Hey.
pass. Hey, it's always nice when the game is friendly, right? It usually isn't, as we learned last time. Alright, so that's all of our actions, right? So that's your third was moving. So we'll go to
Yes.
the upkeep. Another high quality card. So we're still technically at a steps location, so we're going to put 2 Doom on. But I
Yep.
think three is one of the faster times we're going to get off 3 turns, so that's should
Yeah.
bode well
Normally, if
for us.
there's
Yeah, should bode
normally
well.
there's a layover with these guys.
Alright, the Enchanted Path, unless all of the clues have been discovered, so I have to get the clues that are here, so I think that means I'm going first. Does that feel right?
Sure.
Alright, well, I'm going to exhaust my Dream Diary and pick up Essence of the Dream. I'm going to commit Essence of the Dream to the test, so I'm going to be 7 to 3, which is +4, and I'm okay with that.
That's
That's
-2.
-2, so I'll succeed, and then I'll react with Rex and take both of the clues. And
Yep.
then with my final action, I will move down.
Alrighty.
Um,
Okay.
and then it's future text, future text, future text. Okay, go ahead.
I will move on down.
Okay, so when you moved on we immediately advance. And so in that, we're going to lose all of our clues again. We're going to add another skull to the bag. We're going to remove
Okay.
the steps from the game, which I've already kind of shortcutted. And then we're going to choose the enchanted paths to put into play and shuffle a bunch of all of the other cards to make the encounter deck. So that's the encounter deck. These are the things, and then those are the 2 assets that we haven't seen, or the 2 cards we haven't seen yet. So the fastest way to do this is to just shuffle, take one of them out, and then just pull the rest out. We may have to move these around a little bit. They do have connections, and trying to determine what those connections are is difficult until after we flip them over. So this layout may change, but for now we're here. So
Okay.
as I said, the future text here, it is connected to every other woods location, which is the 6 we just put into play. This location itself gets +1 shroud for every unrevealed location in play. So right now it actually has a shroud of 8, even though its printed number is 2. And then we can place clues here for 3 actions, which is very inefficient, but it prevents us from going into these wooded paths, which are potentially more dangerous.
And on that note, go ahead.
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead.
We're gonna go exploring into the woods.
Okay. So if you investigate here, it gets +1 shroud for every card in your hand. And
Okay.
that's that.
And I'm hoping that maybe I'll spawn a bad guy this turn
Could happen.
because there's no.
Yeah.
So I think I am going to take this opportunity to heal myself.
Okay. So you're choosing 1 and
And
1, and then you're going to draw?
yep.
Okay. From there, we go to the monster phase. There aren't any, so we go to the upkeep. This is Rex's Curse, which is my signature weakness. Right on time as always. That goes into your threat area. When you succeeded a skill test here, return the token to the bag and pull again. And then if you fail the second time, shuffle this back into your deck. So basically, until we fail from it, we're going to have to pull twice on every test. Now, luckily for Rex, the plan is to be significantly above the tests, but sometimes you pull the Red Squid of Doom, or you have to take a test where you don't have that kind of control. We'll see how
Well,
it
he has a
goes.
6.
I'm sorry.
You want to fail on the second time, not the first
You
time,
you don't
right?
want to fail ever, right? That's the reality.
Sure. I
Okay.
mean, the game wants you to fail.
Yes, what I'm saying is like the dream is that you have control where pulling twice doesn't matter. It's just red squid or pass, right? That's how I tend to
Yes.
play. All right. So now we're gonna only put one doom on because we're off the steps locations. But as a penalty for that, you'll see here that the text, sorry, the text here is no longer there to prevent us to draw. So we will draw. And we have to record in our log that the dreamers strayed from the path, which you did do that.
I'm
Uh,
doing it now because that's the first time I've seen that.
you've drawn we've done that before. But basically, in short, we could have stayed here and tested this 8 shroud location or gotten 10 clues from here and advanced. It's
Yeah.
it's not realistic, but it is possible. Anyway, so we must get back to the enchanted path with 10 clues to advance. And you must be there to use the clues. All
Okay.
right. And then we're adding counter cards. You are the fighter, so please enjoy. Nope, not a weapon or not a monster. So you have to investigate a location to get rid of that, and it's going to cost you extra stuff to do draw, resource, or play.
Okay.
All right, my turn to pull. I get reduced hand size. Well, that doesn't do anything, so that's fine.
Okay.
Would you like me to come up there and get those clues?
As I did not get a bad guy, by all means.
All right. Well, I will step on in as action one.
Yep.
As action two, I will use my.
Remember, this gets bigger for each card you have in Shroud.
I do remember. I will use my practice makes perfect, which means I look for my top 9. Unfortunately, I did use 2 cards that would satisfy that. It needs to be a practiced card in order for it to be a good choice. And I think because both of my perceptions were gone, so all I had left was deductions, and I did not get one. So this ends up getting
Okay.
discarded. Uh, and this only can be played during a skill test, so I would have begun investigating. I guess I would have. Sure. Uh, I would have used the Dream Diary first, and I would commit this to it. So I'm 7 to. It gets +2, so 4. 7 to 4, so I'm +3. I'm not going to be committing anything else to that. Is that fine with you?
Sure.
Alright, so we do the first test. I would pass, but because of Rex's curse, I have to test again. I still pass, and I do pass by 2, so I'll use Dr. Milan, and I'll use Rex's ability since I passed by 2 to get both clues.
Okay.
And that's all 3 of my actions.
Uh, all right. Well, I will move. I will. This is to draw or resource or play.
Yep.
Okay.
So that means all of your events.
Yeah, that's a not fun.
Yeah, I figured you might have tried to investigate somewhere. We'll see. Hopefully, we'll get one soon that you can do. Maybe I can help you. Okay, so this makes
Nice.
swarms bigger if they end up there, which could be good for you.
It could be.
But otherwise, okay. So you have one action left, right? Because you did move and move.
Yes.
Yep.
My book is Bubkiss.
Your intellect is 2. You'd be -1 to the test. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, none of the cards in my hands can help to that.
Okay.
Um.
Well,
So.
we could always move to the center or draw a card. I'm just gonna move this up. Yeah, I was gonna get you, but I just want to
Oh,
put them because they're connected.
yeah, because my gloves exhaust off of that as well. So I don't see the reason to remain here for the moment. So we'll go here.
Yeah.
Because greed also exhausts, so
Sure,
it'll
and
be fine.
more importantly as well, right? If you were to pull a Zorg, or sorry, a Zoog enemy, you would make an extra enemy. So by
Yep.
moving away, you get rid of that. All right. So then we go to the monster phase. There aren't any. So then we go to the upkeep. Put a Doom on the agenda. 8 of 19, and an encounter card at your leisure. All right.
Hey,
That's a big friend. So remember, playing cards is
that's
going to cost you. The first one costs you double, so you're only going to get to play two cards in a turn. I will go next to pull my card. It's my location, so it's just going to be here. Okay.
Alrighty. Cool. Punch. That would be 2. That would be 3. Yeah. Okay, I'm fine with this.
Okay.
So. Oh, you also have Zoogs. Sorry, that was.
That's okay.
I cannot fight all of them this turn.
I'm aware. I think
But
your problem is a bigger problem to be dealt with, right?
fair.
So I'm gonna try to evade mine, and then if you can handle them in the future, great. If not, we'll figure it out.
I can. All right. So. All right. So I am going to play a card. Well, actually, if I go fight, and then it would cost me an action during a place later. I don't have an action. So yeah.
Yes.
So I need to play a card here. So we will fight.
Alright, so clean them out gives you 2 resources.
Yep. And so I will be 7 to 3.
I believe it's 6 to 3. Oh, wait, how do you have... Oh, because of Greet. Never mind. Yep.
7 to 3, because this only counts for 1 fighting.
Yes. No, I just missed Greet. That's what it
Okay.
was. So you get 1, and then you're going to use your reaction, right?
Correct for this phase.
Correct.
And then I will fight again. And then I will be +4 again.
Yep.
And it'll be 3.
Okay.
And that'll be it.
Alright, so now it's my turn. I am +2. I'm going to attempt to evade. That is a success. Because of my curse, I must test again. Still a success. So we put these into play. Exhausted at this location. As my second action, I'm going to move over. And then I'm going to investigate this location. I am +2. I don't have time to go reaching into the bag, so we're just going to pull +2. We succeed because of my curse. I must test again. We still succeed, but we will not get an extra clue because of we only succeeded by 0. So we can only use our ability when we get 2 or more. But we do get resources from Dr. Milan.
You do.
Yeah. Alright, so then we go to the monster phase. You still have a guy engaged with you, so you're going to take 1 of each.
Yep.
Okay, and then counterpunch. Yep. So
yep.
Now we're in a different phase, so you fight back +4, as you said. The rogue is the number of revealed locations, so there's only 2 right now. Let's remember to update this over here. Okay, but you'll succeed, and that will, and then you can react because it's a new phase. Yep.
Yep, and they will go visit there.
Yay, victory! We always like victory.
We do.
Alright, so after the monster phase, we go to the upkeep, and in the upkeep, he'll ready. No one's at the location, so he will not engage with anybody. He does have prey, but he is not a hunter, so it's a little interesting.
Yep.
But that's fine. And then I'm going to use a fast action right now to play a magnifying glass.
Sure.
And then we'll go to the Mythos phase. Add a doom to the agenda and an encounter card at your leisure. Okay, that doesn't do anything. Yep. And what did I draw? So I'd have to test my willpower here. I've decided instead that Dr. Milan would like to take a horror. And we'll continue.
Okay.
Do you want to go punch some bad guys, or what are you thinking?
Oh, I didn't use my gloves to go looking, but that's okay. I have to remember that.
No, it's okay.
Well,
you ended it last turn. It's really not a big deal.
So I'll draw an eye. I'll put the card out of your back from upkeep first.
Yeah, so that way. Yep. So after you defeat an enemy, you can go ahead and do it. You search the top 6 cards of your deck for a spirit event and add it to your hand.
6.
Yep.
Oops.
The 9 is the upgraded one.
Thank you.
You could have just clicked end search. Oh, you're putting them back in order. Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
That's fine.
Spirit.
Most of them should be spirits. Most of the events, like the fight events.
Yep. We're gonna take this one, and then
I think you have to reveal it, right? No, you don't. Okay, never mind. I trust that.
And then I'll draw. Oh, if you want to see what it is.
No, it's fine. But 1-2 punch is one of my favorites. You don't gotta sell me on 1-2 punch.
Alrighty.
especially for Cho. He makes it even better than normal.
Fair enough.
All right, so that was that. I think we've already done
Bad things.
encounter.
So
We did encounter cards already, right? We're on our
yes.
turn. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
So
So I was
you,
thinking about going to go invest, going looking around, but
it's up to you. I mean, I still need to get this one clue. Unless you're gonna do something like move up there, move over, fight it, and then kill it and use greet. I don't know
no.
what your plans are. Okay.
My
Do you
mine was
remember that
mine
they
was
have
to
the
go
guy
ahead.
who comes out and makes them all move and gives them more swarm?
Oh, eh,
It's
I'm
up
okay
to you.
with that.
Okay.
But so if you want to do that before I reveal more locations, so that way the rogue doesn't get worse. That's
Sure.
fine.
Sure. I mean, I'll test here +2. I pass because of my weakness. I have to test again. I still
And
pass, and I only get the one, but that's fine.
mhm.
Then I'll spend an action to move to the center, and then I'll spend an action to go grab an essence of the dream.
Okay. I'm gonna go sticking my nose into the woods.
Okay. You must leave this location before the end of the round, or place a doom on the current agenda.
Okay. Well, that makes my decision real easy. I'm gonna come back and hang out with my friend Rex.
Okay. So then you have one other action, or
Well,
did I miss it?
no, I do have one more.
Okay.
Um, and I can't do draw resource or play costs me more. So
Courageous. Okay, so at the beginning of your turn, you're going to reveal from the bag. If you hit a symbol, you take a damage and lose an action.
okay,
Alright, as we discussed, this monster's not a hunter, so it's going to stay there. And then we go to the upkeep. One of my favorites. Never mad to see that card. Doom on the agenda, 10 of 19, and an encounter card at your leisure. You got a friend.
okay.
It's got swarming.
Oops.
It's okay. Sure.
It's
Cards
now at
that
12.
cards that no, it's less now because we've revealed a bunch of the locations, right? So it's only it's still 6, but
Fair enough.
or it
Um,
was 8, now it's 6.
sure. I'm happy to go first.
At the Oh, right, because you're gonna yeah. Let's let you go first and figure out life.
Sure.
Are you at the scene of the
All right.
crime, or oh, that's for your thing, yeah. Okay, and you lost an
Yes.
action
And I take a damage.
and a horror,
All right.
or is it just the damage? Just the damage. You're right. Sorry.
Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and punch my friends.
Okay.
I am 7-1, and yeah.
Seems fair.
So seems fair.
You're not using any icons. Okay, it's a good thing you didn't use anything. You failed.
Yep. And they do not retaliate, right? No.
Yeah,
Okay.
just
Good.
remember you can't use your ability unless you use a. Oh, and you can't now because you lost an action. Got it.
Yeah. I also didn't realize that, so that's good to know. But yeah, we'll go ahead and fight again,
Okay. Hey,
and we'll
success.
kill. This goes to the discard, right?
Discard pile. Swarms go to discard pile. Yep.
Okay. So I
Which you
will.
can. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, since you greeted it up, I think that you're going to be stuck there next turn, and you'll likely do the same thing. So I'm going to
Yep.
leave that location to you. I'm going to head down here to this one. So this was when you revealed it, not when you enter it. So I don't have to worry about this clause. I'm going to test this location. I am 6 because I have my magnifying glass. I'm going to commit Essence of the Dream to be 8, which puts me at +4, and I am comfortable there. I succeed, so I have to test again because of my curse. And I succeed again, and I succeed by enough to get both of the clues because I'm Rex. I'm going to move back to the center with my final action. This goes over
Okay.
here, and this goes there. That's not a thing that leaves. Okay.
Okay.
So then we go to the monster phase. You're going to get attacked for 1 horror.
Yep.
And then, oh, you already took it?
Yep.
Okay.
I put
And
it on
then,
me.
I believe you. Upkeep. Alright, Doom on the agenda, 11 of 19, and encounter cards at your leisure.
All right.
So this says whenever you would do an investigation, you either have to take one horror or give the location +2 shroud. And then at the end of the round, it'll go away.
Yep.
All right, and
So it'll go
then,
right up.
yep, my turn. Okay.
All right. Shall I go first?
Yes, please.
All right. Well, let's start with pulling a symbol. Hey. Let's go ahead and beat up my friend.
Sure, you're +6. Success.
They are dead.
I'm
I will
assuming
get
that
the
I can.
clue.
Yep.
Yes. And now I would like to get out of this location
Sounds
as
like a
my
good plan.
final action, unfortunately. But if you want to leave those with me, that's fine.
I don't know if I can because it's they have higher agility. I think I'm gonna try to
Okay.
punch them actually.
You want to punch them? Okay.
Yeah, my thinking is
Uh
I'm +1 to punch. I am even to evade, and punching them resolves the problem as opposed to passing it on to the future.
okay.
So if I could get one, I believe is the
You
number
can
that.
go you can get one.
Yeah. Let's make sure we have the correct amount of rogue symbols here. It is not correct. We now have 4. Okay.
Sure.
I still think getting to +2 is worth the 25% chance increase. So you're
Well, I
giving
think
me the
that
1?
I'm going to give you a vicious blow
Oh, that
because
is
I
more than
believe
1. Sure, that is actually 2. I wish I could add more to myself to help, but we're going to try it at +2. If I wasn't
and you have
cursed,
to
I'd feel a lot better about it.
sure.
But we pass,
And that's a
and now
failure.
we fail, yeah.
Okay.
All right, well, then I'm going to test. Yeah, it's a failure. I'm going to test
Yep.
even. Or, sorry, +1. That's a pass. Oh, I failed, so this gets discarded.
Yes. Is it
Oh,
shuffled
shuffle back
or
into my deck. I'm sorry. Yeah, of course it
yeah,
is.
yeah, shuffle weaknesses.
But
Woohoo!
the second one does hit, so this gets discarded. And
Okay.
then I will punch again because it's still here. That
That's
is
a
a failure,
failure.
and it is an attack, so I have to reswarm. Cool.
Okay.
And that's all 3. I did nothing, but I tried. And I'll take 2 horror for my troubles.
Yep.
All right.
Because I cannot react either because of this stupid thing.
What do you mean you cannot react? What are you trying to do?
Oh, it's of if it's
You can't play cards.
right. So even if fast, I can't play because it takes an action.
Uh, well, it will take 1 action because of this, I believe.
I
Yes.
think it would be. I agree.
Um, and
Oh
importantly,
wait. Yeah, no, no. Yeah, play is still playing, but the fast actions do not cause it. Yeah, yep.
yep,
It's right. Yep.
yep, okay. So I took my horror already, and we'll go to the upkeep. My
Okay.
hand limit is 5, so we're fine. I don't hit that limit. So same
Yep.
for you.
Yep.
This goes away, and Doom on the agenda, and encounter cards.
Test feat.
Test agility, yeah.
Yes, for each point you fail by, add 1 swarm to the nearest Zug. Okay.
Yeah, I think that that's fine for you.
It's gonna be what it's gonna be.
Like, what? It adds 1 hit point to this guy, right? Like, it's not that serious.
I succeed.
Even better. Alright, I'll take mine. Test. The failure is horror. I'm going to commit guts. That gives me 4, so that gets me to +2. I'm not going to commit more. Am I good to
Okay.
test? Okay.
Yep.
I succeed, so I'll draw a card from guts.
Yep.
I clicked the 1 button. I clicked it again. Okay, let's just click draw 1. Oh, hey, that's a card.
Okay.
Okay, well, I can solve the problem myself now, but if you want to do it for reasons.
Um. There's no. I can just do it to do it.
Okay. Well, there's a reason for me to potentially keep this card because it does significantly more than is necessary to solve this problem.
Sure.
So if you want to go and handle it,
I will just punch it twice. I think is the right way to do this. Yeah.
it depends what you're trying to do, right? So the way I'm thinking about it is this: if you just punch it twice, it's still 2 actions, and you have to pass 2 tests. If you play a card, you can use your reaction from your character, and it's still
Sure.
2 actions to kill it. So if you're going to get something else from playing a card, you should probably do that.
Um. Sure. I will play a card.
Okay. Well, that one you don't even
So,
need to use the reaction for. But yep, that works.
yeah. Unfortunately, the others are not.
Sure.
Yeah.
But now you could play another card after this because it only applies to the first
Yes.
time.
So, anyway, we're gonna punch a lot.
Hmm.
It's dead, so I will go looking with my gloves because that is a spirit. Um,
No, that doesn't
5.
matter. The
Oh,
gloves let you got to look for a spirit, not play a
yes.
spirit to use it.
Yes, sorry, you're correct.
Yep, that's
That
okay.
is not. All right, we're gonna go ahead and grab this,
Sure.
and then as my third action, I'm gonna heal myself for. There's only what one more, 2 more locations left.
Correct. As we
All
can
right,
see, none of these are currently connected. So
yeah,
it's likely that these will connect somehow.
sure. So I'll heal myself for 2, and I'll draw a card off of that. Okay,
Okay.
that's my turn.
How would you like to be a guinea pig on my
Um,
turn?
Give it to me.
All right, I'm going to yeet you.
Yeet me whichever one you want to.
Oh, I do get to do the decision. Sure, I will send you here.
Okay.
Is that the correct one? I think it
Yes, it
is.
is. It
Yeah.
is.
Yes, I made choices and they were good choices. So, after this location is revealed, spawn the guy here, and since you're there, he gets spawned with you. He is a hunter. He cannot enter the middle location. That said, as you can see, these two are connected. That said, I think I'd like to come down and say hello to my friends here.
The clues.
The clues are what I intend to get because your greet looks pretty busy, and you probably want to keep that stat. But I'd love to investigate this location, and
Sure.
so I am +5 base, and I'm pretty happy with that. And since my weakness is gone, that's good enough. So I will take both of these clues, and then I get one more action, and I think I'd like to help you. And so I have a plan, and my plan is to punch this laboring Gug.
Okay.
Uh, so, oh, actually, never mind. That is not a
Right.
good plan.
Uh,
My problem is that he has too much statistics, and I can't defend it or beat it easily. So
okay.
instead, I'm going to use my dream diary to draw Essence of the Dream.
That's gonna put you at 1 extra to discard.
Correct. I have a card
Uh,
that's completely useless in my hand
okay.
at this point in the game, based on the resources that Dr. Milan has provided me.
Okay.
So I am good to go to upkeep from here, or to monster phase rather. So you will get punched. You will be dodging that punched. Are you also going to counterattack?
Unfortunately, not.
Okay. So then from the monster phase, we go to the upkeep. As discussed, I have too many cards, so I will discard emergency cash. You are even. We will put a doom on the agenda, going to 13 of 19, and encounter card. Okay, the penalty for this failure is damage.
Okay.
I can give you +4 if you want it.
I can also go +4.
Sure.
Um,
I don't know how valuable your card is for other things potentially, whereas mine is not really needed for
uh,
me.
as it is a card and I can't play it based off of other circumstances, it's fine.
Okay, so would you like +2 on top of that then, or are you good at +4?
What the rogues are,
The
the cultists are
rogues,
now what now?
sorry, yeah, the cultists are now -5 because we revealed another one.
So
Which we
+4 would get
+4 gets you
me,
to
yeah.
+2, which is a lot of the bag. Another one or two gets you another like 10%.
Sure, I'll take it.
All right. If I'm not using it on this guy, I don't need it, so I'll throw that at it.
Okay. And red squid. Nope.
Nope, you pass. You
All
only
right.
have two cards, or it doesn't. It's only a value of 2. So then I'll pull for me. The same thing. The penalty is horror. I am fine taking horror, as I am full up on it, but I will still just commit this because I can. So I'll go +2, and I will pass, and there
This.
will not be swarming.
Yep.
And since my curse is gone, things are better.
Yay.
All right. Go ahead.
I will 1-2 punch my way here.
I'm a big fan. All right. So you're testing 8 to 5 is +3.
Yes.
Okay.
+3. That'll get me +4, and then it'll be on the other one.
+4 is only a 8% difference, or sorry, 6% difference, by the way.
Between 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then we'll just pull.
Okay.
All right. So we are plus. We said +3.
Yep.
So let's go.
Nope.
Hey, and so we don't even get this. The second one,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
And does he retaliate? He does not. Okay. Well, let's punch him. And he is elite, isn't he? Yeah. No, he's not. Okay.
No, he's not.
Okay. Well, then we're going to tell him to get over here so that way we can still
Use
get
your
the extra
reaction.
damage.
Yep.
Yep.
That's a success.
That is a success.
So
And
you'll
so,
deal 1 because it doesn't give you any extra damage, but you can use your reaction to get another.
yep.
Now I regret throwing this in.
I'm sure.
Uh,
All right.
well, I don't think I'm going to be able to help much, so I think I should go get clues. Does that sound right?
Get the clues and end it, please.
Well, you still need to kill him, right? So.
I mean, I would rather not take trauma on the first case in case because he hits pretty hard. Again, what?
I'm just going to evade him. What?
Oh, okay.
Right, I'm +2. If you have
Okay.
any extra agility.
I do not.
Okay. I only have
Well,
2 cards, so that's a success.
okay.
I have protected you for a turn.
All right. So that's 2.
Yes. I am debating about... Yeah, I think I'm going to... Oh, I used the shortcut. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to move up. That way I can
Okay.
get out next turn, potentially.
All right.
Alright, so then the monster phase, nothing happens because he's exhausted. Then we go to the upkeep where he'll ready and join you. Doom in the agenda, 14 of 19.
Yep.
And encounter cards at your leisure. I am not, so it's just you.
Yep. Okay. I'm bring. I'm not. I'm willpower.
Your willpower is even.
Okay. Well, then that's as good as we're gonna get.
That'll be
Hey.
a pass. Hey, every now and again. Let's. I don't know why my number. Okay. Apparently, I can't draw with the number 1 right now. All right. I cannot do this or this with that. Okay. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Okay. That is not that. Okay, I'm fine.
Okay.
So how do we need to? All right. So you go first. That way, I know
Sure.
what I need to do.
Sure. I'm gonna punch at +3.
Oh, we're just straight up punching. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
That's what we.
I understand. Yep.
+3.
Okay. Okay. I can't write numbers apparently. I don't know why.
Yeah, we've been here before, and we'll punch again.
Hey.
If this is attack or okay, it's not a storming enemy.
It doesn't matter. It's a success. You didn't fail.
Yep.
That's only a fail penalty.
Okay.
All right. Well, then I will move into the woods. As additional cost to leave, I must discard a card for every clue on it. Well, joke's on them. This says I cannot play cards or trigger abilities. Nothing about committing cards. So I'm going to investigate this location. I'm going to commit deduction. I'm going to commit ward of protection, and I'm going to commit burglary. So I am +3, so I'm 9 to 4, I think it is. I succeed, and more importantly, I succeed by 2, but it doesn't really matter because I had deduction.
Mm-hmm.
I will get all the clues. I will use Dr. Milan just because I can. And then I will move back to the center, and in so doing, I have 10 clues that I can spend myself to advance us. Let's go! We now have to choose resolution 1 or 2. It's up to you. I'm fine either way.
I want. Let's go with resolution. I don't know. Remember which way we. I'll choose resolution 2.
Okay. So if no resolution, we skip all that. If resolution 1, this is a whole bunch of stuff. Wait, what? Resolution 2? Oh, it's probably going to be on the next page. Yeah, okay. In your campaign log, record the investigators parlayed with the Zoog.
Okay.
Any one player can add that. I believe it's yours. Yoink. I don't know if it got to you. I hope I didn't throw it to China. Yeah, here it is. It will not count towards your deck size, but it can enter your deck. We get victory equal to the display, which is a whopping 13. One of the good things about Dream Eaters is you get a lot of experience quickly because you only play 4 missions. And then since we're playing this as a part of a four-part campaign, we need to go over and do scenario 1B, Waking Nightmare. So that will be, or sorry, oh yes, over here, the Waking Nightmare. That'll be tomorrow night. We're gonna get 13 experience. So we're gonna have a whole bunch of upgrades. I hope everyone enjoyed, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Good night.